Hello, welcome to episode 3 of Sellerscast. I'm Andrew Maffetone.
I'm Gina Milazzo.
I realized that I didn't introduce us last week, so we skipped it. It's totally fine. But this week, we are doing how to get to page 1 with your e-commerce blog. So, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about some blog topics, some blogging ideas, some other great ways that you can actually still utilize a blog and drive more traffic to obviously sell more of your product. So, this is our second take of this. We had to start over, so I'll start this time if that's okay with you.
Please.
So, one of the things I know that a lot of sellers don't realize is that there is a site, oh my God, what is it called? Where you ask the guy a question.
Answer the public.
Answer the public.
It's the old
Thank
guy
you.
with the glasses.
Answer the public. So go try answer the. Is it answerthepublic.com? .org? .com. I think it's .com. Try one of them. Answerthepublic. Something. It's basically you can go in, start to type in anything, and they will tell you a lot about what people have been asking, what they've been looking for. You can take those keywords and actually go and plug them into, we've done a couple different things.
Yeah.
So obviously you can plug it into Google itself and see what some of the top blog posts are. Then what you want to do is just look at what those top ones are and just write a better one, which sounds, why is that so hard, Andrew? I can't write, blah, blah. Hire a VA. There's a ton of other bloggers out there. There's people that can write for you if you don't have the time to write. There are websites out there where they can write for you. Going off on a bit of a tangent here. The other thing we do, Google Ads Keyword Planner. Take that keyword that you've been going after, slightly more long tail, and go in and look at what is the CPC for this specific keyword. So now you can see how much are people actually bidding on this keyword. If it's a lot, then chances are there's a good amount of traffic. There's a lot of people converting there, so people actually want to be there. So what you can start to do is start to cater your blog strategy towards certain keywords that are ranking higher with Google Ads.
Yeah, and a great way to work that into with Answer the Public is a lot of them are questions. So find a question related to your product category, and the benefit of that ends up being twofold. So not only are you giving them an answer, you're also positioning yourself as an authority in your industry. So if you can give them a solution, they're going to be happy you give them a solution, but they're also going to remember that you're the one who gave it to them.
Yeah. So let's go standard SEO blog writing stuff that you need to have set up. So first of all, yes, you need to write for the keyword. Yes, you need to write for the algorithm, but you also have to write for the person who's actually reading it. Because if you have a decent, or I guess a lower bounce rate, or if you have good conversions, or you have good traffic to your page, then Google knows that you're doing well, so you start to do better in the algorithm, and it's a cyclical thing. But break everything up. Big, bulky paragraphs of like 5 or 6 sentences is way too much. Do bullet points, few sentences at a time in each paragraph. Use as much imagery as you can. Then you want to have a link to anywhere else on your site, at least one. You want to have a link to any other site off your site.
Not a competitor.
Correct. Well, not a competitor.
Yeah.
Make sure it opens up in a different tab.
Yeah.
So that they don't leave your site. Then what is credit? Always give credit to photos that aren't yours. You will learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
They will sue you.
Don't do it.
Let's see what else was on there.
Put alt text in your images. That's really important. So super simple. You know, if you have a picture of a pitcher on a table, you can literally just put pitcher on a table. But make sure you include that.
What else? Don't overdo the URL. Just website.com/blog/ like 2 or 3 words category. Like that's it. You don't have to overdo it. The URL doesn't stand for as much as it used to. The actual index of that isn't as long as it used to be, so keeping those short. Same with the title, don't overdo that.
That's a big one.
I can't remember how many characters it is.
Oh my God.
How many characters is the title now? I think it's 156. Sounds right? I don't know. I can't remember that. We should have looked that up before this, but keep the title. Do your research. Do your research on a blog. Keep the titles relatively short. So the topic, don't worry about going very, very broad. I would say, like, don't do something about, like, you know, if you sell, let's say you sell cups, like, you know, how to use a cup. Like, no one's looking that up. So do specific things about, like, 5 cups that you can't go without camping. Go camping without.
Yeah.
So get really specific, get deep into a community, and really hone in on the topic, and then go really in depth.
Yeah.
Usually, I say at least 1,000 words or more, like a good solid written article, and not just a blog post that you kind of throughout.
Yeah, make sure you're actually focusing on whatever the topic you're addressing is too. You like we said, you want to include those external links, but in a natural way. You don't want to, make someone go through all the trouble of getting onto your blog and then they read it and they're like, oh, cool, someone's trying to sell me something, which you are, but you don't want to make it that obvious. On the topic also of getting very into a topic. If your product category is very specific, has a lot of technical jargon, if you are not going to write them yourself, either give very specific instructions to whoever is going to write them or look for a VA or a technical writer that has experience in that industry. We can't stress this enough. If you end up putting content out there that makes you seem even less knowledgeable than the average consumer, you're shot. You might as well have not put it out there at all.
Yeah. Track your organic traffic, see what's working, go back after time and clean up any old blog posts that aren't relevant anymore. If you're not getting traffic, they may actually be hurting you, so you might want to get rid of some. I would let those sit for at least a year or so before you did that. Mm-hmm. But I agree, it's very beneficial to invest in a quality writer that actually either knows your topic or can take the time to research it. Yeah.
Also, on the topic of topics, don't be emotionally attached to topics. So if you picked a topic and you were like, this is going to be amazing, this is going to do it for me, and then you find out after a year that it hasn't given you any traffic, it's not doing well, and maybe it's even a little bit outdated, make sure you don't keep those emotional ties to any pieces of content that aren't helping you succeed in your industry.
Yeah. So we mentioned a few different tools in this one, actually.
Yeah.
So we mentioned the Google Ads keyword planner we use. We use Answer the Public. We're not sure. And then we also utilize Moz. Obviously, Moz is a standard one. So that is your wanting to look at what the page rank is or what the site's domain authority is. You want to track that to see how well those pages have been doing. Ahrefs. I hear it called Ahrefs, but it starts with an A. So it's like, I always call it
Ahrefs.
It's Ahrefs. Fantastic for checking backlinks and doing all the keyword research that you need to do. That might be one of my favorite SEO tools to utilize. And I feel like there was another one that I forgot. Well, I guess if you're tracking organic, you might want to track that through whether you're using HubSpot, hashtag that I've been wearing this shirt all week. And then obviously Google Analytics as well. Definitely want to track what's working and what's not, and then stick to that community because you're obviously hitting a good
sweet spot,
emotional feeling of love with them.
They love you.
So
love them back.
Beautiful, love it. Thank you for joining us again. Once again, please subscribe and then make sure you comment below and go tell us whatever topics you want to talk about, and we'll hit those up next week. And we'll see you all for the next episode of Sellerscast.